Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Hollywood J. Williams, your icon here in North Haven. Welcome to the Squared Circle. It's June 17th, 2025. I'm here with the always reliable potato himself, Uncle Otis.
Yes, thank you very much, Jay. Thank you very much.
You're very, very welcome.
It's good to be back in the saddle, so to speak.
Back in the saddle
that's
again.
a little segue, maybe, but we're back in the saddle this week, and
we have very special guests.
Yeah, and we're going to bring them up shortly. But real quick, I just wanted to just touch on some of the stuff that we might have been up to for the past month, because I did get to attend the Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Armada Brewery show,
Yes.
which was the 7th of this month, and
Right.
that was an outstanding show. It was at first we thought it was going to be a problem with rain and stuff, but it turned out to be a good show, and everything dried up real quick. Mr. Armada is a fantastic host. They brought the food truck right inside. It was a great time, really good time. And then this Saturday, I went to the Pure Vanguard show, Coronation 2, at the Bristol Boys and Girls Club, and that was a hoot. I had a good time. I basically just did potatoes all night, so I didn't get to take any photographs or video of the action, but I did get to see, because I was in an area that had a big window, and so it was a lot of fun. But
I hate to see it, but I've been pretty slow the last couple of weeks, but it's about to change.
yeah, well, you got stuff coming up, and we'll talk about that at the end of the show. We'll bring that up, real quick before we shut down. Stuff that's coming up,
Yes.
events, so that if anybody's interested, because like we always say, people, you must support independent pro wrestling. This is not your backyard stuff. This is professional wrestling at its best on the local level, where every seat is a good seat when you go to these events, and the fans are fantastic, but most of all, the talent is outstanding on the local
This is
circuit.
the evolution of wrestling. This is where it all starts for individuals.
Yes,
looking to break into the business.
And guys can do it. I mean, Brad Baylor is a good example of that, and people like Ricky Smokes and guys like that. So, and we could sit here and name Richard Holiday. These are these are talents that are ripping the scene apart right now,
Absolutely.
just going crazy all over the place, all over the country.
Richard Holiday's about to celebrate 10 years in the business.
I know, it's amazing, and if you can catch a show with Richard on it, you gotta check it out, because he's fantastic in the ring.
He's amazing.
But let's talk about more Phantasm, and that is our guest today.
Yes.
Wicked excited, and if you will, please.
Super
Jay.
excited to introduce to North Haven and everybody here on the YouTube channel, the Duke Boys, Corey Duke, and A.G. Nelly. Excuse me. Yes.
That one. Bang, 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 bang.
There they are. Right.
That's us.
The Cowboys.
What's up?
Thanks for having us, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
Definite.
Thank you, sir. Let me reach over.
I'm gonna air high five you.
Wicked to have you guys on the show.
Thank
We've
you
been
so
kind of
much.
wanting to get you guys on the show for a little while now. Now, you haven't been together long, and Jay's going to ask a couple questions about that.
Feels like 10 years.
real quick. But
We're celebrating 10 years of tag team partnership, right?
In our hearts.
In our hearts.
in your hearts,
in your
okay.
heart, yeah. Right.
Okay, so then that's good, because you could talk about your relationship, but I think Jay wanted to ask a couple quick questions about.
I did. As far as you guys are the IWF Tag Team Champions.
Yep, and that's
Right.
the
Get your
Allied.
belt off for you.
That's the Allied Independent Wrestling Federation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but before you became the Tag Team Champions, you were singles competitors. What made you decide to get into this great business of ours?
Well, Nelly, you want to go first?
Oh, I'll totally go first. I've loved wrestling. I've loved wrestling since I was in 2007, since I was in grade school, 5th grade, and I grew into it. So I started doing amateur wrestling, did it all the way into college, and then COVID happened. I graduated during the COVID year, so started working at a gym because I didn't know what to do.
You could tell.
So did you do high school wrestling?
High school and college, yeah.
Oh, okay. Where did you go to college, if you
Went
don't
to
mind me
Sacred
asking?
Heart University.
Sacred Heart, okay. And you were on the wrestling team,
I was on
or
the wrestling team there, yeah. Did
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit. I wasn't the greatest, but you know.
but you
he
were?
was the
Did you
best.
did you do
Undefeated.
the wrestling for the whole tenure that you were there?
Yeah, all 4 years.
Awesome, awesome.
And then graduating COVID, started working at a gym. I felt like going to WrestleMania last year, WrestleMania 40, and that just sparked it. I already reached out to Mario once, didn't go that night. Year later, started going, and then here we are. You know, got into the business.
Wow, so you went to WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
Wow, I went to 20.
Mm-hmm.
That was
That
Times
was
Square.
That's
recently.
a good
right?
one, yeah.
That
Huh?
was recently.
In our mind, it seems
Yeah,
like
it was when
yesterday.
when this patch of hair used to be up
It was on
here.
top. Yeah.
That's when I was. And
What about yourself, Corey?
What was the question?
about whether what it was that drove you to wrestling. Well, first of all, do you remember your first match you saw on TV that was like something that hooked you, or were you already hooked when you were in high school and said, someday I want to try pro?
Well, I heard back in, like I said, when I was just a young kid, the kids were talking about it, all the people were talking about it, and I just happened to go through TV one day, and I just remember turning on, SmackDown was on. That was the only show I knew at the time.
Yeah.
Finley was on there. I think the main event was MVP it was Kane versus Mr. Kennedy. This is when Kane was feuding with MVP. They just had that Inferno match. Mr. Kennedy was feuding the Undertaker. Undertaker threw Mr. Kennedy off the top of the
And that's
Armageddon.
what
Yeah.
did it for you.
Well, I didn't watch it. It was
Oh, yeah,
just
I remember that.
I wanted to be a part of it. I wasn't watching sports. I went to an international school in DC when I was younger. So all my friends were like British, from South Africa, Australian
okay.
stuff. So they're more into
So
like
you were exposed to things like soccer and
yeah,
the
and I'm-
European sports.
He's a cultured cowboy.
The
I
culture
wasn't, and I wasn't feeling like waking up every Saturday 9 a.m. to go watch the Premier League. So,
Gotcha.
and I wasn't into football yet, or what I used to call American football back when I was younger.
Right.
Basketball, I wasn't into that yet. So this was a sport that kept me entertained and stuff like that, and it got me to start like working out too.
And what about you, not Corey? I'm sorry.
Well, I got a twin brother. You guys
Right.
know that.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
what was it that when were you and your brother Caleb, which we're going to touch on that, were you hooked together? Was that
Oh, yeah.
something that you guys used to kick each other around the living room and
100%.
put pillows on the ground and
When we were wee lads, I liked The Rock, and he liked Stone Cold.
and they were
I mean,
rivals. Yeah.
We must have broke every piece of furniture my mother owned. And then I think there was a while where wrestling was not allowed, and then we were flipping through channels one day and we saw Brian Kendrick, Paul London doing some double flips over the top, and we looked at each other like this, and that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Wrestling forever.
Because some people may know or remember that Corey has a twin brother, Caleb, and the Duke boys originally were Corey and Caleb.
Yes, sir.
And Caleb actually did wrestle a little bit. He got his feet. He got at least got his toes in the pond.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Yeah, we got him.
And I personally thought that Caleb, he had that physique. He had that, looking at him, he had that wow factor
yeah.
for the business, And really nice guy, your brother, But I don't know if anybody knows what the reason why, but he moved on.
Well,
And of course,
I think I would-
Algo took his place.
I would use a different phrasing. Me and my brother got some steam rolling. Things were looking a little good for us, and then unfortunately, he's a service military veteran.
Right.
He's got kids, a family. He had a life before wrestling that he needed to get back to. So I won't say it's not goodbye for good. I mean,
Well,
you know
it's-
how it is. Once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
It's
But I can understand.
Get
It's
hooked.
totally understandable
Yeah. Right.
how you have a wife and a child, and you need to establish that first anyway. Because once you establish that, you've got your foundation for whatever
Yeah.
it is that you want to build
Well,
with your life. You know.
he takes his family is the most important thing to him, as it should be for any man. So
Of course, yeah.
he's just he's being a good father right now, and one of these days he'll be back in the ring, breaking backs and You know.
The family comes first, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, right.
Of course.
Exactly. Yeah.
You were talking to me. You wanted to ask them about what it was that brought them together. I think. 'Cause
Yes. What? Well, I think that's sort of the answer to the question. But what else brought you together as a tag team?
Yeah. What it was it that did Nelly come to you and say, "Hey, I want to fill,
No.
your brother's spot," or did you go to Nelly and say, we train together. We work well when we're training.
Well,
Want to do this?
me and Nelly actually. So I started training to be a wrestler before Caleb came to the school. I think you remember.
I met you first. Yeah.
And me and Nelly actually talked about being a tag team before Caleb got there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's. I don't
Interesting.
know if anybody really knows that.
Did not know that.
Yeah, we wanted to work together.
Yeah, we kind of walked in the door at the same time.
We started training a week. I started a week after him.
Okay.
I think the first time I met him, we were punching each other in the face. He was like, "I'm Corey. Nice to meet you. I'm Nelly." Boom, boom. So
How it goes.
yeah. So when Caleb had to step away, it was. I wouldn't ask anybody else, because I was booked that week. I had to go down to where was it?
North Carolina,
No, that was Tennessee.
Tennessee.
To go wrestle
Tennessee was the
for
first one,
Golden
yeah.
Boy Greg Anthony at his promotion down there.
Okay. And is that when you became interested in maybe checking out a little bit more with the AIWF? Or did they come to you guys and say, "We want you to work the show. We want you on the show. We'll give you a tag shot"? Or did that eventually come up after running around down south? Because you did go down there for a little while with some
Yeah.
other talent,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
The way it worked is they got wind of me and Caleb originally, and they were like, "Oh, there's these hot shot cowboys up in Connecticut. This tag team looked pretty good. Why don't we bring them down and see what they got against our boys down here in the South?"
Maybe they were intimidated because you guys
They
were
wanted
cowboys.
to
and
see if we were the real
they're
deal.
down south, you
yeah.
know.
So this AIWF
Who are
spans.
you guys from up there?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So this AIWF spans throughout several states and
I've
it
been
goes down
I've been
south.
aligned with the AIWF since my very first match. I mean, my
Well, they're
first
a
match was in
great
Tennessee.
Organization, great. I
Yeah,
mean, they've got
Matt Classic is
all kinds of territories, don't they?
yeah. I mean, they're everywhere. I think it's like 150 promotions across like was it like
Different-
50,
so
50
m-
countries? I think.
50 states,
Really?
some
Like
countries.
that? Yeah,
we
they're-
met.
Yeah.
I really wasn't even aware of them. Rick Del Santo kind of introduced
Shout out Rick
me.
Del Santo.
Shout out to Rick. He kind of introduced me to it because he covers a lot of the IWF on his Rick Del Santo podcast.
Right.
And so that's how I was really, I mean, even my chest was like, when you guys walked in with those belts and I found out you got them, I was like, that's
Yeah.
paradise best
that's-
right there.
That's an honor.
Yeah.
It is an honor. I mean, that's 50 countries. There's young cats all over the globe that tag team that have been tagging longer than me and Nelly have been.
And Paradise
we
has
brought
a
those
few of
belts
them,
home.
which is really
This means
cool.
you'll have to go to different countries to defend these belts.
I hope so. I'm
if
trying.
they're brave enough to bring us in, because
I think that you guys would give them a real strong run for their money.
yeah, we'd love to.
I hope so.
I don't
yeah,
care
I'm-
what territory.
We
you
consider
guys,
ourselves fighting champions. We're prepared to go anywhere and face anyone. I mean, if you guys want to go, we can go right now.
No,
We don't have an
Yeah.
official. There's no
I'm
official.
going to pass on that actually. But I don't mind watching if you guys.
friendly
wanna.
competition,
Now, we're going to show. We got probably one or two clips that we're going to show.
We do. Whenever.
So why don't we? We could segue into that now.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
And you guys, please feel free to narrate and tell us maybe what was going through your head. I don't know. I think we have when you guys defended the AIWF tag team belts at Paradise
We
Pro
do have
Wrestling.
that.
I know that the last 6 minutes, it was just you guys and I'm not sure the other team, but you could fill us in as we watch
Right.
and let us know about that. If God is ready,
Right.
We are.
Well, here we have. This is actually Hamden.
Okay,
This
good.
is the Cinco de Mayo show.
I don't know who that is.
For PAPW.
Yes.
So
Cinco
I'm-
de Mayo, as in the 4th of May.
Quattro de Mayo. Right. Correct.
Right. What did I say? Cinco? 'Cause
I
you
said Cinco.
And I repeated like a
Right.
dope.
Because Cinco was on a Monday, so this
So
was on a
now,
Sunday.
who's this cat?
That's me.
strutting.
Yeah, that's Olgo Nelly right there.
Nelly says
That's
me.
Olgo Nelly for sure.
There's Nelly. All right, in the corner
Right.
with the gator mask or something. What is that with? Looking like you're gonna bite somebody's head off.
You know, I just wanted something that was green, to be honest, and
Yeah.
I immediately took that.
Now here you guys are against. Is this the Barriqua
These
Bombers?
Yep.
were at the time now former Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions,
Right.
who had a good run. They had the belts for
This was such a
Very long time.
a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
I-
is so fun. This was just like what wrestling's about. Just like going at it, and just so many people there, like to support us and stuff.
Now, how was it for you guys individually wearing masks? Because you don't normally.
Hot.
Was it? Well, I can imagine. Yeah, it would be very
I
hot.
originally wanted to wrestle in a mask, and then after putting the mask on, it was so in the way of my hair.
I didn't know that.
I didn't want it
With
anymore.
a face like this guy's, why would you want to cover it up?
To me, it's interesting watching somebody else's wrestling footage besides my own.
I'm
Well,
excited
who
to
did
hear.
this? Is this me? This is me, right?
That's you,
I-
right?
Right.
I waved to you. I remember that. Yeah, right
Oh,
there.
there you are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I was in the corner.
That's when I realized.
Right.
Oh, it's Uncle Otis is over there.
Such a beautiful place too. Nice restaurant.
Oh yeah.
I wish I had some.
I drive by it every single Monday, and I want to stop in every time I drive by.
I actually used to. Well, I won't say.
Did anybody try? That was at Mazorca.
Yes.
Mexican
yes,
cuisine.
and we.
On
I,
Dixwell Avenue.
I
yes.
apologize. I don't have the date, but we will be back. So keep an eye on Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I believe in
We
the
will
fall
be
we'll
back.
be back.
It was a lot of fun, and
So much fun.
the people at Mazorca treated us golden. They really did. It was a
Yeah,
good time.
Very nice.
This was a great fan. These were great fans.
I'll
Yeah.
say, being AIWF Tag Team Champions, me and Nelly have wrestled in a lot of different places, and this is one of my favorite crowds I've been.
This
to.
was a great
Really?
crowd.
Yeah, these
no,
guys, they were a
And you
lot of
guys
fun.
have been down into the Carolinas and you
From-
went. Didn't you go to? Did you go to Canada? No.
Canada,
Yep.
West
Yeah, you did
Virginia,
go to
North
Canada.
Carolina, Tennessee.
Really? And you really?
Oh, yeah.
I've been
Those
to-
were the best fans. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, they were
and
a
they're
lot of
right
fun.
down the road too, right in Hamden.
Been to Florida. We've been to Maine. We've been all over.
Yeah, yeah.
We loved it.
So right here, I'm thinking, I gotta break this guy's arm because he's got too much experience to be working with two of them. So he's got me back already.
I'm just thinking I'm ready to get in. I want to.
Also, I'm thinking I can't see out of this mask. It's hot.
Right. You have a respect for what the luchadors go through when you have.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, 100%. And the mask moves around, covers your eyes.
It's not as easy as it looks.
This is cardio.
Yeah, this
Right.
this is why going to the gym.
Cardio, strength, all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned how to do this from chasing cows, pigs around when I was a boy. You know, at the family ranch, farm. You know.
I almost didn't want to get in. I'm just enjoying this.
I'm not really sure how much of this match I actually, because I also remember stopping and taking action shots because you were walking the rope.
Yeah.
You walked all four corners.
Yeah.
That was very cool because it looked like you were going to do one. And then the audience was like, one more. And you were like, one more. And then you went for the second. And then the third. And then the fourth. And you walked that whole thing. And I was amazed. It was pretty cool to watch, really.
I used to go to circus a lot and watch it. Those tight rope stuff looks so cool, like the flips and stuff like that. I actually know someone doing that
Oh.
right now. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Walendas
I
come
got
to
it. There
Guilford
we
all
go.
the time.
Might have to.
Nice drop kick.
Join
Well,
them.
right in the
Look
gut.
at that.
And it's
Folded them up before he
firing
hit
up
the-
now.
He was out
Acting
there.
like a luchador too, right?
Man,
Yeah, that was a fun show.
Well, Mexican wrestling is.
And the
at
crowd
forefront.
was great.
The crowd was
They-
fantastic.
They were very interactive.
One thing you don't
with,
see on the
talking.
tape here is it was pouring rain outside, I believe, right? Wasn't it?
It
raining
was
that day?
pouring rain.
And they
And
still
that's-
came out.
Yep.
Like you said at the last show, we were worried about rain, but the fans still pulled through. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, having just a connection with the people
Yeah.
that they'll go through rain.
I was
hail,
actually
snow.
saying that to a couple of the guys because it didn't stop raining until like about an hour and a half before the show. I was concerned about, but they got smart. Mario and Paul had the mat put on, you know, later than
Right.
usual,
Right.
so it was dry.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
at the most recent show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's going through your head, Nelly?
Yeah, tell us.
I want to know, how can I have fun?
And see through this
Right.
mask.
When he
I
started doing
see.
this here, he started doing that, I was cracking up over there.
Yeah.
What is this guy doing? He's got a tag team champion across from him. This is the beauty of also being tag champs. Is you go in the ring with confidence. You know you can handle your own.
That's right. Yeah, I can imagine.
Let's say Mexican wrestling is becoming very, very much more important nowadays since WWE purchased AAA.
Yeah, and
That's
you know what?
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, I watched that AAA, and there was a match. What was the main event?
Chad Gable.
Yes,
Where's it?
those two, in my opinion, that's a contender for match of the year.
Oh wow, yeah.
That
wow.
match was phenomenal.
Well, give me and Ellie some time. We'll
Oh, you
take-
guys are
We'll
on
make
your
sure we get
way.
it.
Trust me.
We'll talk about
I mean,
match of the year contender later.
This right here, I'm thinking my tag partner is gonna break his neck.
yeah, I can imagine. So I wasn't sure if I caught all of the.
Yeah, I just got up there and I was like, I don't care, because I'm short. I was like, my head's not going to touch
Were
the
you
ceiling.
concerned, Corey, that he'd have trouble walking the whole thing, or you felt it was?
I was
be all right.
trying to keep the people to
This is
will
amazing.
him.
Yeah, the ceiling fan, that was the low bit, so I was like, okay, I got to duck.
Well,
You're doing that with a low ceiling.
Yeah, well, I am low too, so.
boy, the guy that filmed this is fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
Pretty good. Pretty good. Almost as good as Hollywood.
Was
J.
that
Williams.
you, Hollywood?
No. I was not at this event, unfortunately.
I will say though, independent wrestling it's all about community. Because if there wasn't a guy like you to film this, we wouldn't be able to sit here and talk about it and have the footage. So we all
Well, I
the way
appreciate
everybody
that.
works
Thank you
together.
very much.
I appreciate that. There's, and there's a lot of us that really do care about you guys. There's, me, Hollywood J. Like I said before, Rick Del Santo.
Yeah.
He films stuff. Fogman films stuff.
Correct.
TJ films stuff. So there's,
Yeah.
there's guys that are getting into it, and there's guys that have been doing it, for a long time.
Right.
But we all have the same focus, and that focus is for you guys, to get as much exposure as
That-
possible, so you
And
can
we
make this
appreciate that.
dream a reality.
I wouldn't be
That's
here right now.
you guys are unspoken heroes in the community because we take footage like this, we send it to promoters, and it enables us to make more money at bigger promotions and things that we might not have
Right.
the ability to do on our
Once
own.
it's on YouTube, it's on YouTube. You could tell
Everyone can
a
see it.
future.
We post it on our socials,
Right.
we get more views,
Right.
more numbers, this, that. The community all looks out for each other. I
Right, you can
appreciate
tell a
it.
future employer, hey, you can check me out over here and check out my
Right.
match, see what you think.
All right, what's Nelly got for
It
me?
looks like he's going to come down with a double axe
That's my
handle.
boy right there.
I love double axe handles.
Yeah, I like the way they mess up a good arm.
Yeah,
They really mess up a good arm.
yeah.
I think
will-
what Corey does
will
is
Oh, now
say.
it's your turn.
Yeah, I got something for you. here.
We're always competing with each other. Whatever you can do, I can do better.
Oh.
Look at that. We love it. We love pushing each other.
Yeah, I'm
That's
having a
what-
lot of fun.
That's what makes us such a good tag team. We push each other.
That's for the last time we wrestled against these guys.
I hate texting people, but I text Corey a lot. Because we
Well,
want
you
to be on
guys
the
are-
same page and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and you're ring brothers. You you
I
got a
said this.
connection.
I said this to another tag team. I won't say their name. Recently, in the locker room, we're not just tag partners in the ring. We're tag partners every day of our lives, no matter what.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
excellent.
That's how we build the chemistry. We trust each other.
Sure.
It has to be that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that say, oh well, brothers are the best tag teams. Not necessarily so. Sometimes you don't have to be blood to, be close enough to know what somebody's thinking,
Yeah, I mean, Kane tried to kill his brother.
right?
You could get along better with your close friends than you can with your immediate
You know,
family.
I think this guy might have a loaded. He might have
loaded
something.
Right.
I learned recently that
Oh,
you can
yeah,
stick
huh.
some metal in there. These
You
guys.
must have got that idea from El Grande
Yeah,
Americano.
this is a good example of having too much fun in the ring. The crowd is behind me. I'm having fun. My brother's over here. I forgot I was in there with two vicious gentlemen, and then there's the real.
Yeah.
He's the brains. El Presidente. I don't take him lightly.
I don't trust him. He's wearing glasses inside.
You always got to watch for the manager and what the manager's up to, what he could possibly do to you.
Yeah, that's another thing is their
when the
manager.
referee's not looking.
He's sneaky. Him with his flag and what,
Me and Nelly have learned in our travels as a tag team. If they have a third guy out there and he's not in the ring, that means that guy's trouble.
Yeah.
We've been
Okay.
thinking about bringing our dogs on the show.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've been in the ring and my foot got grabbed or,
Even
man,
just
that
having
was a
somebody in
big
your
headbutt
corner,
right there.
even if they don't get involved, might be intimidating enough to make the third guy on the other
It's
side
a psychological play at the
Right.
if it's nothing else.
I actually have a twin brother too.
say, do you really?
Yeah, I'll stop Nelly.
Really?
Oh, so he just played me, didn't he?
He just played you,
I got played.
and you bought into it.
Yeah, we don't talk about him though.
That's all right. I'm the first one that'll admit I'm a dope. Well, maybe the second one. My wife will admit I'm a dope before I will.
Yeah, we got 20 seconds remaining on our footage here, but it looks great.
I mean, yeah, well,
Uh,
it's tough.
I
Maybe
really
from where
enjoyed
you're
this
sitting,
match, guys.
from where I'm
and
sitting,
I
that looks painful.
appreciate you guys. I really do.
Thank you.
Your talent
Look at him.
is
Look at him.
unbelievable for the amount of time that you guys have been doing this. You
it's
haven't
all-
been doing it really all that long.
no,
And-
it's credit to our trainers. It's credit
Yeah.
to
Go ahead and drop a name or two.
Drop a name or two, please.
Paul Roma, Mario Mancini.
I had a funny feeling you were going to say that.
Those two guys, what you see from us, those two names are the most important. There's also two other names I'd like to say.
Go for it.
Chris Battle.
Yes, 100%.
Every Monday he's at the school. He's helping us. A lot of the things we do, he's a big part of that. And Buzz Bloodsaw is another guy.
Definitely, yeah.
Took me under his wing, Nelly a little, a couple months later, but we're on the road with him. There's a lot of things that it's not just about what you learn in class, it's what you learn
Yeah,
in the locker room.
Chris.
Yeah.
He's
Chris
taken me
Battle
to a
could
lot
be
of locker
a
rooms.
little difficult sometimes to talk to, but he's a Hall of Famer at Paradise
For a
Alley,
reason.
and
For a reason.
right,
Yeah.
and he, I've seen where he's been willing to help out younger talent.
If you're, I will say this though, if you're willing to take a shortcut, he'll teach it to you. And me and Nelly have had to wrestle some of these guys who use some of those shortcuts. So besides that one thing,
Yeah, Cowboys of integrity.
yeah, we don't take shortcuts, but
Folks, as you could probably see, we put out some merch here.
Right. This is all
just
their
to show
merchandise.
some of the things that, not the titles, of course; those are not for sale.
No.
you got to earn these ones.
But things like the mask and the bracelet and things like. But the T-shirts, as you can see, we got a few of them out there.
Right.
And there's the one like I'm wearing. So if you're interested, when you go to a show and you know that the Duke boys are there, when it's time for intermission or before or after the event, after you've checked out the action, take a walk over, say hi. Maybe, pick up a T-shirt or two.
We don't bite.
Yeah.
I always pick up a T-shirt or two during the
Yeah,
intermission.
pick one up for your better half, your significant other.
Your
and,
kids, your dog,
yeah.
buy the cat a T-shirt if you want
Exactly.
The cow-
I always remember to bring some extra money with me,
Yes.
just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, bringing cash is helpful.
Definitely.
Because it makes it easier for the guys. Not everybody's walking around with Venmo and a
Right.
Square
Right.
or whatever or a cash app.
to. Yeah, if you're guys like us, we don't even know how to use half that stuff. So.
I don't
Right.
either. So,
Yeah.
but that's because of age, and I forget half the stuff I do. But so yeah, you know, I like to push the merch because there's a lot of really cool stuff, and
Yeah.
this is nothing compared to what is offered. Some of the guys have, you know, hoodies and some promotions too. Like Jay brought the Blitzkrieg shirt that last
Yes,
time.
last time. Yes.
So even promotions sometimes have merchandise, and check it out, help out. It helps keep the dream alive.
Yeah.
you got a lot of interesting designs here with these T-shirts. Too.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah, they are, and they do change them now and then. Like that one's a second style one for Alan Compass, and that one there for Bull is
Right.
I don't know how many Bulls got, but
Probably
we've
about
got another
25
great.
years worth.
We've got the night that you guys defended those titles, I believe,
Oh,
at
these-
Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling
Yeah.
in a four-way tag. So I'm wondering if we have that clip
We
ready
have
to.
we have 2 clips of that. One's like about 14 minutes, and the other's about 2. So I'm hoping the
Well,
2
the-
minutes is the end of it.
The two, no, if those are the clips that I sent in, the 2 minutes we could bypass because that's really just the intro in the ring.
Oh, that's
and
the
these
intro.
guys don't really even get rolling until about 6 minutes in. And then they basically, well, you'll see.
trying to
Let's go ahead
remember-
and check this out, guys.
trying to
Feel
remember
free
this
to
match.
narrate because
Yeah.
we want to know what you guys are thinking. Because this being a four
right.
corners match is very different.
So we weren't champions at the time yet, actually.
Right.
This
No.
was right before we went to. This was literally a day before we went to North Carolina.
Oh, okay. So this was not defending these, but this was this not
big
sponsored though?
This was
AIWF was
This was an AIWF Northeast show.
right at Paradise Alley.
Yeah, we were at the Paradise Alley's training facility, but it's technically a AIWF Northeast
Quick
show.
shout out, you see these 2 guys in the quarter here, tough and talented wrestlers right here, training down in New York, really great. That's
right.
that's the name of the school.
Tell us about
and
some of the
talented.
people that you're facing here, because
All over. So I know there's 2 people in there. Their schools in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
Fast forward.
Fast forward and Double G, right? And then,
Let me tell you something. Fast forward and Double G, great,
yeah, I want.
fantastic in the ring.
We
Yeah.
get a.
I would love a tag team match
Yeah,
against them.
just us versus them. Those guys are incredible.
If you see I'm holding my head, I literally had a gauntlet match
Right, yeah.
before this.
That's right.
And that's really what set. I was like, Corey needs a partner, and I'm hungry, so
Yes.
I was like, let me walk out there.
That's right. This show.
So you guys weren't. Wow. See, I learned something every single
you
time.
learn something new
Yeah.
every day.
Nelly-
Every show anyway.
Nelly and myself were. I think we've worked together before. Because, like, I think a week or 2 before this, we went down to Golden Boy Greg Anthony's place.
He was there at this show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, he was beating up Troy.
So
Yeah.
this might be our 3rd time tagging here.
Yeah.
I was it was billed that me and Caleb were gonna team together, and this is one of the early stages of our tag team where it was just me calling him on the way to the show, hey man, I need you to get my back on this. And this guy, he wrestled like 20 people before this match, and he's ready to go.
I love the PPW crowd too.
We should take that move. I like that one.
I
Yeah,
love
that
the
was
PPW
great.
I'll throw
crowd.
you
It's,
though, the other guy.
you know, it's a small facility, but it gets packed, and the energy in the room, you just feel it throughout the night.
Yeah.
I would like to say that goes a lot with
It gets
the
packed.
guys that
quick,
came
yes.
before us. You know, all of the PAPW history. You know, we're grateful for the work those guys did because we get to work in front of great crowds.
And I think I was watching some of your videos before, and I saw the old PAPW arena. I'm like, it's white on
white,
the inside.
yeah,
I was like,
painted.
whoa.
Oh, that would be either something that you had or maybe you saw some. I personally don't have. Yeah, PAPW has been black
black.
inside since I've started. Rick does have some old footage, I think, that is when they were white because he's been going there for several years prior.
Oh yes, yeah. They've been in business for at least I think about 10 years. I want to say, PBW
Well-
or thereabouts.
When you walk in the front door now, they have all of the old match cards.
Very nice. Very
It
cool.
looks great. I love it.
It's
and,
inspiring. You walk in and you see that, it makes me want to work.
and they're all,
Work hard.
a lot of them are 8, 9, 10 years old.
Right. So it goes back.
These type of matches are tough. There's so many people in the ring, so much going on right now. This was elimination too, so
So it's harder taking on multiple tag teams.
Oh, 100%. You know, they always try to go for the freshest people.
Right.
Yeah, this is the one where I set the tripod up in the corner and just let it go.
Right.
I've never really filmed from this corner before. That was the only time I've ever been there.
Listen, Double G and Fast Forward are veterans. Look at this teamwork right here.
Yeah. I have seen Double G before. I think it was at a show at the
Bay State.
Bay State
Yeah,
Championship,
now
PCW.
ODA.
The first time I actually saw Double G was in Jersey.
Right.
He was doing some show down there.
Who are the other teams in the ring?
Honestly, forgot.
I think
Yeah. Like I said,
the one on the ground I think is Jake Harmon, right?
Yeah, and they train at Tough and Townsend.
Okay.
Yeah, all the way in New York City.
You get him? Is that it?
But they also work hard. I see them all over. They were at Blitzkrieg not too long ago. They go to shows like BST and stuff like that. They work hard. I'm very proud of the hard work that they do. It's so nice to see the young teams working up together, you know, and just traveling all around, you know.
Where Nelly and myself have an advantage. We're not a long tenured tag team at this point, but the guy behind us, Paul Roma, was a part of 2 legendary tag teams.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
And he trained us. So for us going in there, we had all the tools. We just combined our strengths to use them.
Right.
Power and
Yeah, and
Glory,
if you're
Pretty
gonna-
Wonderful,
Yeah, and if you're going to get
excuse me,
tiff,
three.
and a member of the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Pretty Wonderful was pretty cool, though.
I love
thought
Pretty
that-
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of them, actually.
Yeah. I think that, you know, and that's cool because him being tag team most of his career, who better to tell
To
you?
teach how to
How
work
to
tag.
And,
tag
yeah,
team
you know,
wrestler.
and him and Hercules were a phenomenal team. I mean,
It, not only were they, you know, a accomplished tag team on their own, they wrestled the greats.
yeah.
If they didn't know how
all
to do
of
it
them.
themselves, they learned how to do it because it got done to them. And now he's passing that all down to us. We're very lucky in that sense with Tangled Bear.
Yeah.
That's
Could have
it.
been bad for the ankle.
Poor Nelly. You're still holding your head now.
When you
Yeah, he's
wrestle,
very
there was
sore.
there was so many people in the ring. You had Mr. Z, you had Jeremy Lacroix. It's just so many people. Mirza, and
Oh, the match before this?
yeah, Kaizo. So many people in the ring at
Yeah,
once.
all those guys are tough on their own.
Right. Lacroix. I remember that show when he was on.
Lacroix, man, that guy's.
Oh, yeah.
He's psycho.
Well, yeah, for sure, he's crazy.
And that's that in-ring chemistry. Corey wants to get in there. There's 2 guys in the ring. It's 2v1. Let's make it 2v2. Let's make it.
Yeah, this is me letting them know that this is our house. This is our school.
Right?
We represent this
represent.
building. Yeah.
This is your territory. Now you're showing them.
By this point, I was standing on the apron so long I was about ready to explode. We should have threw them at each other.
Yeah.
Look at Nelly go.
Look at that.
Look at you building up that energy.
Like the
even
Ultimate
though
Warrior.
You're not spent anymore, are you?
Yeah.
Boom. Again.
That's
We just
what
have
you
that
get
chemistry. You know, we
for
know.
your troubles.
Right?
You just got that chemistry.
Yeah, you guys work really well together, and I think that you know, that's testament to your training, and but it's also testament to you know, your guys' ability and your skills, because not everybody can be a pro wrestler.
Pro wrestling's
It's
hard.
tough.
It's a tough.
Like I said,
sport.
accountability's been the thing, and you know, we always watching wrestling, always studying other tag teams. That's what makes us so different. Like we learn so much stuff from other tag teams too.
We're also lucky that guys are willing to help us. I've
Right.
never been in a locker room with a vet that if I go up and say, hey man, you got any advice for me, something I can work on? Nobody's ever told me F off, I'm not helping you.
No.
We're we're humble. We know we have a lot to learn. So
Well, you can't go
Right.
up to Mr. Z and ask him, but
he's
might
a hard
growl
guy
at-
to talk to.
Yeah,
you know?
he might
He's-
growl at me.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's always upset because the paint's in his eyes or something.
well, Alan says he's always poking himself,
Right.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's why he goes.
right. Yeah,
His tongue is black. He doesn't brush his teeth enough.
yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you got it, but we have a match where we tagged against him and Bobby. I think in their first tag team match.
Really?
Yeah, and
Yeah, like they said.
I gotta say, I'm not a fan.
Was
of
that at
Force
the
of Loss.
brewery?
No,
that
that's
was at the school
Right,
right
the
here.
school.
Yeah.
just a couple weeks after this,
Forest
I
of the
believe.
Lost, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll
Sylvan,
have to look for that and maybe put it up on the YouTube after.
I went through my videos and I grabbed this one and I grabbed the one from Cuarto de Mayo.
Hey, that's cheating.
See what I'm saying?
All these shortcuts.
These guys.
And I'm frustrated, man. No one attacks my partner from behind. Unless I say so. I'm just kidding.
Cuarto was quite a kick to the chest, though. Drop kick.
Yeah, these guys are crafty. I keep an eye on these two.
Yeah, see,
And
look at
what
him.
they
Look,
do.
look.
Yeah.
See, there he is, getting sneaky when.
Sometimes in wrestling, it's not you don't get hurt physically by your opponents, but there's mental.
Sure.
Just being stuck in their corner where I'm,
Right.
you know, and now here. They
This
don't-
is in your own
Don't even
house,
care if
too,
the ref's
yeah.
watching.
Family, friends, you know.
And
your
here again,
trainers.
now, chokes you on the bottom rope. That's not cool.
It's
What's
illegal.
he doing that for?
Oh. All right, see? Okay, ref finally
Yeah.
did catch a little something.
I will say this ref here is ref. I think
I'm not familiar with him.
No.
He must be somebody that's.
I
was brought
believe
in
is
by
Nick.
AIWF.
I believe is Ref Barberry.
Yeah.
That guy was very
Barberry?
Very cool. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love Nick.
Yeah, very cool guy.
Was he the ref for the entire evening, the official?
I think we
don't
had two or
remember.
three. Yeah.
I think there might have been two. So I'm thinking right here, I gotta get to Nelly.
He's trying and just
Yeah.
grabs his hair, grabs the
They're
mullet.
not making it
How
easy
dare
for
you.
you. There, okay, maybe this will help out.
See, I'm not. I don't mind throwing strikes in a match, but we're wrestlers. It's about grappling. I try to work a guy before I get to a point where frustration overtakes and I gotta throw a hand at him.
Look how strong he is. Oh,
That was uncalled for. That looked a little low.
That was a low blow.
It almost looked like he caught you where, in the nether regions as opposed to the top.
These
of
guys
the
are
thigh.
they're not opposed to taking a cheap shot. They gotta go low, they will.
You got to watch out for that then.
You know, in the heat of the moment,
Right.
such an honest mind.
But you two seem to have good instinct,
Right.
especially
Yeah.
now. I mean, you've wrestled with each other for a little while now.
listen,
and
we're still young. People are, they
oh, you still? Yeah, no, I agree.
I think
you
if
you
we
have
were in
still
the
a lot
same,
to go.
if we were in this match now, it would have went very differently.
Yeah, we're still, those new guys. People like to pick on the new kids, and so we always
It's,
gotta watch
I
your
mean, it's
back.
kind of hard to pick on the new kids when the new kids are the biggest guys. There's not a lot of tag teams with,
Yeah, and now
with
it's.
the muscle that we got.
Would you consider yourself still the new kids? You've been a tag team now for how long? About 6 months? 5 months, something like that?
I will say that we're definitely establishing ourselves.
Still learn. Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't go as far,
We're-
I started training last April, so.
Ooh, there we go.
Oh, what a move.
I don't think that anybody should take you guys for granted, though.
No.
Look how big that back is. Corey's hitting back every day.
Yeah, I'm actually going to hit back after this.
Are you guys training tonight?
Probably, yeah. We got a big weekend coming up for both of us.
Yeah, very big weekend.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that before the show
Definitely, yes.
closes,
Yeah. Now, speaking of power and glory,
Boom.
right?
Right?
Nice suplex off the
Look at
center
that.
rope, and then a
Splash.
Working
Nice.
together, folks.
I'm looking for the partner. There
I'm exhausted.
we go. Yeah, now
I
we've
can
been through a lot
imagine.
here.
That was my second match of the night. That was my first time wrestling twice in one night. And I'm sure it won't be the last. I actually screenshot a picture of this because it both look like we hit back.
And we're back.
I will say, we used power and glory, the Powerplex in that match, because that's the guy that trained us,
Of course.
to work as a tag
That's
team.
what they
Right.
called it.
We haven't
Yeah.
worked tag before to have something to nail in the coffin. Now we have a move. We don't have a name for it, but
Yeah, that'll come in time.
Exactly.
to
You guys-
do that right in front of Paul Roma with his blessing was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Right. That's great that
So-
he was fine with that. That's awesome.
Why don't we, real quick, if we can, find out where, what platforms you guys are on. One at a time, if you can each give your whatever platforms that you're on, and then collectively, you could tell us where you're going to be coming up. I mean, a couple of them I've got here, but you guys could cover it. I'll just give the address and stuff for the PAPW shows. But
Perfect.
if you want to go ahead and give us either one of you, your Facebook, Instagrams,
Yeah,
all that
Find me
information.
on Facebook, I'll go Nelly. Instagram, I'll go Nelly. TikTok, I'll go Nelly.
I'll go Nelly.
Twitter,
Let me guess. I'll go Nelly.
04.
04. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find me at Corey Duke. Which camera am I looking at? This one? CoreyDuke.msn from Mr. Saturday Night. That's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, which I'm working on. And pretty soon I will have a Facebook page for Corey Duke.
We're gonna
Very cool.
look
Very
forward to
cool.
seeing that. Definitely.
Yeah, and now we know that you guys, are you both working the back-to-back shows this weekend?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then there's, real quick then, what do you have? I've got this Friday, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Right. This Friday night, BST, I believe it's Sweet Surrender at the Foolproof Brewery in Bridgeport. That's with a 5:30 door opening.
And that's at 785 Union Avenue
Correct.
in Bridgeport.
Yes. Right.
That's on the 20th, Friday. Saturday, you could catch the Duke Boys at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling up in Middletown at the Elks Lodge. They're at 44 Maynard Street. And that'll probably be a bell time of,
7.
is it
I
7?
believe.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
7.
can check the match cards out there on Facebook and Instagram and all over the place, and of course on our sites.
Right.
June 22nd, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, which is the very next day, the Sunday.
The very following afternoon at the
Yes,
brewery.
they're doing an early show, Jay.
Right.
1 o'clock. You could catch the Duke Boys there at Armada Brewing, and that's at 190 River Street in New Haven.
Yeah.
Right on the other side of the Q Bridge.
Right.
And lastly, what I have here.
Otis. So we're actually both working Friday too. We're busy this weekend. We have
Please mention where you're going to be Friday.
Corey's making his BST debut.
Yeah.
So you're
I'll
going to be at
in
the
Rumble.
BST
I'm going to
show.
be in the Rumble, baby.
So
I'm
you're
coming
probably
for the
going to go
win.
to that show.
I
would
will
imagine.
most likely be there.
I'll see you there, yeah.
Right.
And Friday, I'm actually taking a trip back to Canada.
Oh, you are? Well, please tell the
right.
viewers about that because,
IWS and Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I would say the address, but I'm still working on my French first. So,
That's fair.
yeah, but I believe that might be on Thriller TV.
Thriller or
International.
Triller?
Triller. Oh,
Triller
Thriller.
TV.
International superstar, Nelly. All
Right.
go Nelly.
oh
All
Corey,
go
He
there.
really is all go.
Corey's been in
He's
Canada
going
just
to
as
work
much
on
as
his
me.
French, though. It'll be more than just French fries, French onion soup. He'll figure it out.
Triller. You got IWTV covers BST.
Yeah.
Do
Yes,
they?
they
Yeah.
do.
Oh, yeah?
Awesome.
Oh, right, yes.
So then, if you
That'll be, I
subscribe,
think-
you could check them out on now.
Right.
Check it out.
I'm subscribed. You should be too.
Absolutely.
Yep. And lastly, what I have is if you guys are set on those couple things, those are the two places you're going to be.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
So on the 28th, our friends at Outcast Wrestling Revolution are going to be at the Gathering Place, and that's 99 East Street in Wallingford, which is different,
Interesting.
yeah, for Outcast Wrestling Revolution. They're coming down to here a little ways. Normally they're closer up in Groton Way and stuff. So that'll be something to check out.
What,
And
what is Outcast Professional Wrestling? Is it who runs that? And
Lou Jacobson, Cindy Hart. run that one.
Really?
Outcast Wrestling Revolution, yeah. And they got some good talent
I heard.
running through there too.
I think we're familiar with their I-95 champion.
I-91.
I-91.
The I-91 champion.
I-91 champion.
Yeah, but
I-95
we're not
belongs to
talking
us.
about Jeremy Lacroix because this is your night, guys.
Right.
So,
also on June 28th,
Yes.
you have that Outcast you were talking about.
What else?
Also have the Blitzkrieg
That's
Professional
easy
Wrestling
for you to say.
Luau. Their annual Luau taking place in Enfield at Thompson Hall, 4 Alden Avenue. For those ambitious enough to drive up 91 North
Worth it.
to the
Yeah.
Massachusetts border, definitely worth it.
Yeah, and
I love those guys.
Yeah, and people, a lot of people don't understand that. You know, like I was saying earlier, this is not, when we say independent wrestling, this is professional wrestling. This is when you watch mainstream wrestling on TV, they came from these guys.
Yes.
This is where, this is the bare bones. This is where the stomping grounds, where these guys cut their teeth and where
sir.
they learn the business.
Yes, sir.
And the more they travel, the more experience they get.
Right.
And
We're taping this on a Tuesday night, and NXT's on USA Network on Tuesday night, and everybody you see in NXT, guess where they came from?
They went through
Independent
the
organizations.
same buildings
Yes.
that me and Olgo Nelly wrestle in right now.
Yep.
Right.
absolutely.
Yep.
And the reason why I mention that is because they're not just wrestling at BST or PAPW. These guys travel all over the place. I mean, as you can see, they've captured the AIWF tag belts.
Yes, sir.
So there's testament right there that they are traveling
We won
and
these
they're
in
giving
North
it their
Carolina.
best. Huh?
We captured them in North Carolina.
Yeah. So it's really important that you know that you can catch. There's quite a few promotions here in Connecticut, plenty more Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and all up and down. I mean, well, all over the country. But whatever you consider local,
Right.
You can
Massachusetts, I
find
actually
it.
lost count how many there are up there.
there's a lot of promotions, and you have to feel them out because let's face it, they're not all good. I mean, there is going to be there's so many promotions popping up
Right.
that you have to feel them out.
Some get it right, some don't.
Right.
But a lot of them do.
I'll say one that just had a very good show, Pure Vanguard Wrestling.
Absolutely.
Yes, they
Just
did.
had their anniversary
Yes,
show.
Commissioner Doc is doing it right.
Yes, sir.
He really is. I mean, he had a beautiful venue set up Saturday night. The lighting was gorgeous for
Yes.
the camera work and the crew. Rick Del Santo did commentary
With
Kevin Sabin,
the Enforcer
Enforcer. So shout out to Kevin as well.
shout out Kevin Sabin.
We love you, Kevin.
Love that guy.
So yeah, that was good. So people, you just gotta, if you're on any kind of social media, scroll, go to the search bar, put in independent professional wrestling, see what you come up with. Who knows? You know, Google it.
Yeah,
you
look
might
up-
have one right in your backyard and don't even know.
Yeah.
Look up
right,
Corey
exactly.
Duke and Olgo Nelly. And follow us at the shows we'll be at.
Absolutely.
We'll take you where you want to be.
That's it.
Yeah, and you know what's really cool is that it's usually $15-20.
Yeah.
You know, to go to a show, and you could get for that $15 or $20, you may have 2 hours of some solid in your face
Right.
action with an intermission, so you could go potty and get a hot dog.
You
Yes.
get what you pay
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, no, you get. I think you get more than you could pay for.
I think
you
so,
go to
too.
a movie that's gonna, to the movies, and it costs you, you and your significant other, and there's a $25 right there, and then what?
Right.
It's the movie. You see it on your
And
TV
you got
in
to
a
buy a
month anyway.
popcorn and candy and all type of stuff.
Yeah, and like Pure Vanguard had all kinds of refreshment and snack
Yes,
out.
they did.
hungry.
They even had fresh fruit.
Yeah.
Fruit.
Very cool. For a guy like
Bananas
me,
and apples and all kinds
this
of-
guy on diets, fresh fruit's the way to go.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
You know what else we got to mention quick?
What have we got? Hollywood Jay, please tell me, what do we got to
The
mention?
icon
Because
himself.
we want to make sure that everything is covered.
Narcissistic behavior is
Oh.
being put on by Richard,
Richard
Holiday,
Holiday, yes.
a former guest of this show, also trained by PAPW,
Yes, sir.
Yep.
an amazing talent.
Yes. Yes.
Unbelievable.
I
They-
did see the
Right.
match banner for that.
He's been talking about this for a few weeks now, putting on his own show, what everybody would think about it.
Good
And a
for
lot
him.
of
I hope-
positive feedback, and sure enough,
It's gonna be great.
August 2nd in Hampton,
Yeah.
Devonshire Hall, home of BST.
Oh, and that's a great venue. Devonshire Hall is. You guys have been there. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful place.
Beautiful
Oh
place.
yeah.
It really is. Another place with good lighting and they got a nice big bar there for you get yourself a water or an energy drink. I think sometimes they have some stuff like that. And
That's the show you're not gonna want to miss.
and they
No.
always
You wanna be
BST
You want to be there.
always has a lot of good merch. I mean I love going.
The people he's got booked so far is amazing.
Yeah.
I just feel bad for whoever is gonna get hit with that signature move. You know?
Yeah, I've been hit with that signature move
Oh, yeah?
once. Yeah, Dan DeMann caught me
Man.
with it. It was
Oh
not,
yeah.
it wasn't fun.
on.
All due respect to Dan DeMann, but I think Richard he's got a way of doing it that.
Yeah,
It's on the
no,
forearm.
I don't
It's like
think
a
I
loaded
would want
gun.
it from Richard Holiday at all
No,
because
thank you. No sir.
that's his signature right
His
there.
signature
and I don't,
move.
I don't need
Yeah.
I don't need a signature where the sun
Yeah.
don't shine.
No, thank you.
But so what do we got? We good? We have everything. We figured
basically
everything
have
out?
everything now.
How about God? How's God doing? Is he doing good? Did he
He's
answer?
doing great.
Good. Okay.
Hikaru Shida, my friend, please come back to the United States. She's been having some passport issues.
Oh,
She's
God.
back over in Japan.
All right.
You know her, right? Don't you know her personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Right.
Awesome person.
Yeah. Guys, is there anything you'd like to close with? Is there any shout outs you want to do or anything that you want to reiterate on or fill us in on? Did we miss anything?
I,
do you got?
I do
You
want
got
to shout
Nelson.
out Miracle Generation and the Haven.
Yes.
They've been great as well.
Yeah.
Brad Baylor,
Yeah, Brad can be a little. I
He's a-
tried to
he's
do
a-
little
a
here, but
potato with
he's
him.
been some help.
I
He's
will
been some-
say I've learned a whole lot from Brad. He's a tricky
definitely.
guy in the
Tricky
ring.
guy
but
to like. First, you got to get on
so
his
what
good
you're
side.
saying is you learned from Brad the hard way.
Right.
We'll say this. Not only are we learning from Paul Roma, we're learning from the guys that he trained before us that are killing the game right now.
Yeah, like Richard and Brad and
Miracle,
Flash
you know,
and
and Kylon.
Kylon
Oh,
and-
yes.
And the Havens. I mean,
and the Havens.
these guys, yes, we're the learning tree that we're a part of. I mean, we're
It's got many
soaking
branches.
everything we
Yep.
can.
And I do want to say speedy recovery, Jermaine Marbury. We love you.
We love Jermaine. Benny
That's
misses
yeah,
you.
Jermaine. Hope that wheel feels better soon, brother.
I was not informed of anything with Mr. Marbury.
Yeah, he had a little situation
He's on the
where he
bench.
got an ACL problem or
No, I don't think it's anything that bad. I think he's just got a little.
meniscus.
I think he got a little knocked around, but he'll be back very soon.
Good.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Nothing.
Speedy
permanent.
recovery.
Yeah,
he'll be
crutches
okay.
don't suit him, and neither
No.
does a cane. He's
No.
too young
No.
for a cane. So.
But
All right.
Other
Well,
than that-
was another great Squirts, guys. I want to thank you
I
so
want to thank,
much
we want to
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having us.
for
Thank you.
being on the show.
was
You
fun.
guys were awesome to talk to, and it was always a school for me whenever I get to sit with great talent and get to, find out what it is that makes you click. I mean, that's important to me because
Absolutely.
that's the purpose of us being here is to.
The show was all go
We
for me.
appreciate it. Yeah.
all
All
go.
go for me.
Thanks for having us.
Definitely. We'll see you soon. I'm Hollywood J. Williams. Good night. Good luck.
See if you can hit the camera. You stink.